If you've ever been publicly disrespected for no reason and dreamed of that perfect, icy cold moment of karma, hit that like button and subscribe. Because today's story is about a guy who got his dignity drenched, but turned the tables in the most satisfying way. I've been counting down the days to this music festival for months. You know the type, huge open-air venue, the kind of place where the bass shakes your bones and the energy swirls through the air like static. Me and my two closest friends had snagged tickets the moment they dropped. It was supposed to be our night, our escape, no responsibilities, just pure music and memories. There were no seats, just hundreds of people packed in, dancing, swaying, vibing. And in that chaos, you had to hold onto your spot like gold. When the opening act started, I offered to go grab drinks. Beer run. It seemed like a chill errand. I pushed my way out of the crowd, hit the concession stand, and ordered a round. 2 plastic cups of beer and 1 ice-cold tall boy for myself. Balancing 3 drinks was a challenge. Plastic cups sweating in my left hand, metal can in my right. But I didn't care. The music was building. The crowd was buzzing. This was what I came for. As I pushed my way back through the sea of bodies, the main artist took the stage. The reaction was instant. Cheering erupted. Hands flew up, the lights dimmed, and the crowd surged forward like a living thing. I was swallowed in that wave of excitement. And that's when it happened. Someone bumped me from behind, hard. I stumbled. One of the plastic cups jolted and sloshed beer across my arm and shirt, and unfortunately onto a girl standing nearby. She gasped and stepped back, looking at her damp dress like she'd just been doused in motor oil. I turned to her, eyebrows raised, lips already forming an apology, but the music was blasting. You couldn't hear a thing unless you were yelling. So I did my best, shrugged, gestured with a sorry motion, gave her a quick nod of regret. I was ready to keep moving, to find my friends and enjoy the show. But she wasn't. She reached out and grabbed my wrist, not gently, and in one swift, shockingly aggressive move, ripped the 2 plastic cups from my hand. I stared in confusion, barely able to register what was happening. And then she dumped them on the ground, right there in the middle of the crowd. Beer splashed across our legs, soaked our shoes, and hit a few innocent people nearby who were too stunned to even react. It was so fast, so needless. I just stood there, jaw hanging slightly open, blinking at her like I had misread the situation. But then I saw it. That grin, that smug, self-satisfied. You deserved it smirk spreading across her face like she just pulled off the most clever prank of the night. And that's when something inside me snapped. It wasn't about the drinks. It wasn't even about the beer soaking into my jeans. It was about the audacity. She didn't trip and spill. She didn't panic. She stole my drinks and dumped them on me just to prove a point, to put me in my place, in front of hundreds of people, in a moment I've been waiting for all year. I looked at her. I looked at the full beer can still in my right hand, and in one smooth, almost cinematic motion, I cracked it open and poured it directly on her head, from the top, a steady, chilled waterfall cascading over her scalp, down her hair, soaking her shoulders and dress. A full, icy rinse of her entitlement. The crowd around us gasped. I heard a guy yell, "What the?" and a girl next to me let out a shocked laugh. I didn't wait. I didn't say a word. I turned around, heart racing, hands shaking just a little, and walked straight back to the bar. I didn't care if I had to stand in line for 20 more minutes. I needed to breathe. I needed to collect myself. But more than anything, I knew I had to get out of there before someone tried to spin this story without the full context. Because here's the thing, no one around us had seen what she did first. All they saw was a guy pour a drink on a girl's head, and that could have ended very differently. But in that moment, I didn't care, because I knew what she did. She knew what she did, and now, her designer top was soaked in the same sticky beer she tried to weaponize against me. I got in line for new drinks, still feeling the adrenaline course through my body. I replayed it in my head over and over, the smug grin, the splash of beer, that final moment where the ice-cold beer soaked her right back. I glanced back once, just briefly. She was standing still in the crowd, dripping, arms held out like she couldn't believe what just happened. People had moved slightly away from her. No one seemed to be offering sympathy. No one even looked mad at me. I think they saw that look in her eyes. That guilt-drenched expression of someone who thought they were untouchable and just got served the most poetic justice a $9 beer could deliver. Sometimes, standing up for yourself doesn't look like a speech or a fight. Sometimes, it's just knowing when someone has crossed the line and making sure they feel it right back. Was it petty? Probably. But was it justified? Absolutely. If this story gave you chills, or at least made you smile, hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories of revenge served cold. And drop a comment. What's the most satisfying instant karma moment you've ever witnessed? We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and remember, never mess with someone holding a full drink in a crowd. You just might get served.